Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Mobile Home Mondays. I am excited to have you all here as usual. You all know we come here Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about mobile home investing, wholesaling mobile homes, flipping mobile homes, whatever you want to know about. We're here to discuss mobile homes and get you guys in the game at the end of the day. So we are at the end, right? At the end of 2022, already happened in the blink of an eye. And now we need to start preparing ourselves for 2023. Okay, so my whole idea, or the whole idea, is that you want to kind of get a runway started now before 2023. Don't just wait until 2023 to actually get started, right? You can actually start right now. Actually, around this time last year, is when my husband and I got started, and we closed several deals before going into the new year. And that was sort of like solidify for us, like, okay, this is dope. Like, this is a great industry to be in. The numbers were great, right? The marketing was working. And actually during the cold seasons, we had quite a few, like I said, a lot of deals happening. And surprisingly, because in the other markets that we have been in, sometimes it slowed down during the wintertime, but it seemed to be great. Last winter, we had a great season, if you will. So I want to just really kind of come in here, get you guys to post your questions, see where you are, what you need help with, to help you with really launching and getting started with your wholesaling, or even if you're not wholesaling, just your mobile home business in general. So we're going to get into it. I have some questions that you guys have sent over previously. And if you're here, let us know where you're tuning in from, where your questions. Tap in. Let's do this. Let's get it. I'm excited. I'm excited. So let's see what a few of the questions were. So I had a call this morning, beautiful couple who were interested in getting into mobile homes, right? And they wanted to know, is is now a good time for mobile homes, or is it something that's kind of like already saturated, people already know about it? Is it already too late, was the question, right? And the answer is absolutely not. It is not too late to get into mobile homes. In fact, I feel like right now is the prime time to get into mobile homes, because you know one of those things was like, damn, you always catch the cool, or like the hottest new thing too late, right? And it's not about it being the hottest new thing, but I would say you catch a great opportunity too late, right? So some of you guys may have been interested in wholesaling houses, and now, like, I was doing that a little over 5 years ago. The amount of people that are now wholesaling houses is ridiculous. Okay, nobody even knew what the word wholesaling was about. Like, when I first got started wholesaling, like, what is that? I had to explain what that even was. And now everybody is wholesaling houses, right? So, I mean, we caught it at a good time, but even then, like, we could have got in sooner, right? So, with the houses, excuse me, with the mobile homes rather, I think this is a phenomenal opportunity, a phenomenal time to get in, because so many people, it's still a very wide open market, which gives you the access to paying less for marketing, right? Because if there's more people in the market, you're competing against more people, which increases your marketing spend. Two, the conversations that you have, you're not competing again with so many people. So when we're talking to sellers for houses, right, we've had sellers tell us, like, you're the 15th person I spoke to this week, like, about my house. You're the 20th person that's called me, right? Or they have a stockpile of 100 direct mail letters, right? Whereas with the mobile homes, it's very different. Like, we're the only person in the area that we're in that's offering this type of service, where we're purchasing distressed mobile homes or helping people that are in distressed situations to sell their mobile homes, right? So it gives you access, again, to paying less for marketing, dominating your market. So right now, wherever you live, Like you could literally be the mobile home person for that market. Easily. Like you can dominate your market easily because again, you don't have that competition. But with that being said, the opportunity is so grand. Like so many large investors are starting to grasp on and catch on to the opportunities of mobile homes and understanding the profitability, like the profit margins, the ease, like just how great of an option this is in investing. And there's a huge transition that's taking place of people that weren't interested in mobile homes before that now are in mobile homes, even from the wholesaler perspective, right? There's more, as you guys see, this group is growing, other groups are growing, more people are becoming interested in having the conversation. So to answer the question, no, it is an absolute great time to get in. And I think you're going to be ahead of the large wave. 'Cause I think the large wave is definitely coming. You didn't hear people even coaching on mobile homes before. Now you have options. So this is a great time. This is a great time to get in, be ahead of the curve rather than on the curve, or at worst being behind the curve. Okay. So absolute great time to get into mobile homes. Okay. Um, Another question was, as far as licensing goes, right? If you are wholesaling, okay, and I want you guys to, of course, take this, I'm not an attorney, anything like that. However, if you are wholesaling, the whole idea of wholesaling is that you're not actually acquiring the property. Okay. You are getting the option to purchase the property, right? You're getting it under contract for the option to purchase the property. And then you are assigning that option to someone else to actually purchase the property. Your name is not going on the title, there's no record of you purchasing the property, right? So, yes, in most states, there is a limit as to how many properties you can sell and purchase. But if you are not selling or purchasing them, if you are wholesaling them and being, a a conduit for two people to meet and get a deal, again, your name is not being tracked on anything. So you have the option to do however many deals you want to do in that particular case. Now, if you are purchasing them, if you're choosing to flip them or choosing to do like a quick flip, then your name is going to be on the title. So that's something that you do want to consider. But even with that said, you still have options before, because people want to know, like, what if I get into this and I get the license and I don't even like it? I don't even want to be in mobile homes, right? So you have the opportunity to get into it before, or get some deals done before getting your license. Even in like North Carolina, for instance, you can only do 3 deals. You can only buy and sell 3 mobile home deals before you need your license. But you can structure it where, we can structure it where I buy 3 deals, my husband buys 3 deals, our LLC buys 3 deals, right? Our other LLC buys 3 deals. So we can get enough deals so we can say, okay, this is it. This is what we want. This is what we like. Boom. And then we keep it moving. Okay. So that is another question that we had. And let's see, I had a couple, I had quite a few questions. Let's see. All right. So I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna hold off on this actually. And I think I'm gonna do a whole mobile home Monday on converting the mobile homes from personal property to real property, right? Because I think that is a great, amazing, awesome strategy that more people should be, looking into, because the amount of value that is added to, like, without doing any, not without doing any work, because you have to do work, you have to take the wheels off and add a permanent foundation, but doing very simple work, you can greatly increase the value of the mobile home simply by making it real property, right? Now, if it's about what your goal is, which, what you need right now, it can always change. Right now, if you're looking for like quick cash, I'm ready, I just need some money in my pocket as soon as possible, and I don't want to spend any money to do that. I don't want to spend much money to do that, right? Then wholesaling would be your best bet, right? Get in, get some deals, close. You're not paying for the property, you're not purchasing the property, but you are, you do have to obviously still market and pay for marketing, which is very, very low. Like I would say, $500 a month is is perfect to be able to implement um, strategic marketing that will yield you great results. Okay, so $500 a month. Hey Nathan said, "What's up, Jasmine Gittens? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. So that's the deal, right? So with the personal property, converting it to real property, you can literally take a mobile home that was just worth $45,000 and now it's worth $115,000 simply by converting it to real property, retiring the title, adding a permanent foundation. So I do think we should do like a whole mobile home Monday just on that because yeah, it is super super great strategy. But it's something that again you have to have capital for. You have to be prepared to be in that deal for a little bit of time. It's not something that you're going to close in 1 day or 2 days like a wholesale deal, right? And that kind of goes into our next question. Is it better to start off with flipping or um, wholesaling? And I have to be very honest with you. I absolutely 100% believe it is much better to wholesale than it is to flip. Okay. Why do I say that? Let me make sure I'm live in the group. Okay, good. Why do I say that? Hey, Lisa, I called you this morning. I called you, girl. So the reason that I say that's better to wholesale than it is to flip is because you have to factor in your time, your physical, emotional efforts, right? And just the cost, of course, too, right? And with wholesaling, okay, you can get a deal. Let's say you lock up a deal today, right? You literally can have close that deal tomorrow. Okay. If you post a deal, you have sellers that are, or excuse me, buyers that are interested, you can show the property. Boom. You say, I'm showing it tomorrow. Great. They show up, they pull up, they like the property, they want to move forward. You can close on the deal right then and there. Okay. And this happens way more frequently than you think. Okay. So we typically close our deals on an average about 5 days. Okay. So sometimes we close them, the next day, depending. Like we have some buyers who just are ready to go. We just text them. They want to buy it. We have some buyers again, they've seen other deals that they missed out on. And like, please let us know about your next deal. And we do, and they immediately buy it. Right. Sometimes it might take a couple of days, right? Let's say we get a deal on a Tuesday and we don't plan to show the property until Saturday. Okay. So obviously that's going to take a couple days because we're not showing it until Saturday. Right. But we close it on Saturday. Okay. So literally on average, we're making about $5,000 per deal for wholesaling. We're not purchasing the property. Okay. We're not doing any renovations to the property. So no money's coming out of our pocket for the purchase. No money's coming out of our pocket for renovations. We are not dealing with contractors and anything like that. And we're doing this in about 5 days. So we're making about $5,000 in 5 days without making any financial investment into the property at all. Okay. Whereas when we flipped our property, our mobile homes, right? First of all, we had to purchase the property. So you're purchasing the property depending on, what property you get. We purchased a few for like $6,500, right? So it's not a huge upfront investment as far as the purchase of the mobile home, right? Then we had to put like I'm trying to think how much do we put into one of the homes. So we put like $8,000 into, it was like between eight and $9,000 into one of the mobile homes that we purchased, right? So we had to pay for the mobile home, we had to pay for the renovations, right? And that was for the renovation, including all the materials as well as to pay the handyman to do it, right? We had to manage him, making sure that the job got done on time, which it did not. Okay. So it went over time. So now instead of us getting this deal done in a month, in 30 days, it extended because he didn't get the job done on time. So you have to deal with managing people. You got to deal with, him going to collect things for you from the store, you calling in orders, right? You running back and forth, making sure that the renovation is going as planned. And this was a very good handyman. Like we've with the houses, like when we've been renovating houses, like we've dealt with a lot of contractors and we've dealt with a lot of situations. So I would have to say, like, all in all, this was a great experience. He was great. He was nice. He was trustworthy. He did everything he said he was going to do. Things just happened to run over on time. Okay. He didn't steal nothing from us, which we've had before. Didn't steal no money, didn't steal no materials, like anything like that. Right. So everything was like smooth. It was, this is just what happens. Things just happen. Things sometimes take longer. Okay. So we had to deal with that. On top of that, the buyer, right, because we sold one of the flips to a buyer who was using a lender. Okay, so she was not a cash buyer. She was using a lender, which extended the purchase even longer because they had to come out, they had to do an appraisal, right? So it just extended the time. The mortgage lender went on vacation for a week during the time we're supposed to be closing. So we had to wait for her to get back in order for her to get the appraisal done. Then the appraisal, and this must be a North Carolina thing because I ain't never heard an appraisal taking 10, ooh, I think it was like 2 weeks for them to give the report. I was like, what? Like in New Jersey, like boom, boom, right? In and out. Here it is a couple days later on that whole house. I'm like, why is it taking this long for a mobile home appraisal? Don't get me started on that. But like, so just think about the amount of time. So, one, we have to invest our money. Now it's time, right? Then you're just having to deal with all these different hiccups, XYZ, right? Now, mind you, we profited more than we did on our wholesale deal, right? We profited about 20, no, we profited, no, we profited about $13,000 on that particular deal, right? So it was, almost three times the amount that we did for the house or for wholesaling. But in that time frame, right? In that time frame, I could have wholesaled that house without doing any work, any stress, spending any money, wasting any time. I could have made an easy $7,000, $8,000 on that property, just flipping it. I mean, excuse me, just wholesaling it. Okay. So it's like I made an extra $5,000 for, an extra month of time, an extra, investment. All that money that I had already put into that home, we could have been putting towards marketing. I could have gotten like three wholesale deals in that time frame than I could have, and made more money or the same without the headaches, right? So I strongly believe wholesaling is a better option because at the end of the day, the whole objective is to build your capital, right? Get into this industry, build your capital. If you're wholesaling, great, get in here, make some money quick. Boom, boom. Like, you guys know we made 100,000 our first 6 months. Great. Now you take that and you can start actually doing other investments like that are more passive. So either buying rentals or developing, right? That's what we're more interested in doing. Developing land, okay, putting mobile homes on land and selling it or renting those out. You can really skip the flipping, to be honest, in my opinion, okay? So that's that, okay? And then I wanted to talk about one last thing is financing, right? So some people, as far as financing for your buyers, because I'm sure once you get a deal, right? If you're wholesaling the deal, you're looking for a buyer, you're gonna typically be looking for a cash buyer, right? Now that cash buyer, they're gonna come with like hard money, physical cash, unless of course they wire you money or you accept a check or something like that, a cashier's check, right? So that's one type of buyer, so a cash and a true cash buyer. But if you have a deal and um you're going to get a lot of people asking you, do you do rent to own? Do you offer rent to own? Rent to own? Do you offer rent to own? um and typically it's because they don't have the full amount of money like right then and there, right? So they just want an option where they want to pay it but just in installments. Okay. So if you're not open to that, if your seller is not open to that, if that's not an option in the deal structure that you have, another option that you can offer to them to help them. Because I think one thing that we have to really focus on is like being a service provider, right? Is providing a good service, right? It's like in right there, a service provider. But that means like thinking of solutions outside of just like yes or no. You know what I mean? No, we don't do that. Yes, we do that, right? Um, so you can say, hey, no, we don't offer that. We're not offering rent to own. However, we do have um a bank, right? You do have some lenders that you can work with that will help you that you can get qualified for to purchase this property. Okay. So the two banks, there are others, but the two banks that I'm more familiar with, that I've dealt with, that offer financing on mobile homes is Vanguard and or excuse me, Vanderbilt and 21st Century, right? So that is who I like the most. And the reason is because with Vanderbilt, so they would not allow our buyer to buy from us because our mobile home was purchased through an LLC, which I thought was very weird. I'm like, to me, I don't know why it matters. I'm sure they have a reason. I hope they have a reason, right? But our buyer was not she was qualified, but she couldn't purchase it from us because our property was purchased through an LLC. So 21st Century, they didn't, or Century 21st, 21, they don't care about that. They were like, it doesn't matter who owns it as long as like the property itself makes sense, then we'll finance it. So that's an option that you can offer your buyers, is to say, hey, call this bank up, call these banks, see if you can get qualified. If you can, because the bank is going to send you the full check, right? They're going to send you the whole, whatever amount of check it is, whatever the payment is, they're going to send you the full check. And then you can move on and they can make the payments to the bank. Okay, so you can get the check, you can distribute it to your seller the way it's supposed to be, based on you guys' agreement. The buyer has a new property or a property that they want, and they can make payments on that instead of structuring it as a rent to own. Okay, if that's not an option that you, of course, want to offer. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And our experience, again, with 21st is it was pretty good. Like I said, other than like, our the mortgage lender like going on vacation for a week during the time we're trying to close, but what how that happens. People go on vacation. It is what it is. I wish they would have structured that and gave us somebody who wasn't going on vacation. Right. But outside of that, it was pretty good. So, you have to, just like a house, you have to get an appraisal. So we had priced the property for 32,000. I want to say, yeah, we priced it for 32,000. And the appraisal came back at 30,000. So that's something that you do have to factor in. Like they're going to use their own appraiser to determine what the value of the property is. So it might not always come back exactly, what you were expecting. But that's okay. Shouldn't be like way off. So that's pretty much it. Those were like the main questions and things that I wanted to discuss for Mobile Home Mondays today. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to post them in the chat. And I wanted to, of course, share with you guys that we have our mobile home challenge coming up. Our 3-day mobile home challenge coming up at the end of November. But if you sign up now, you're going to get some exclusive bonuses, which I'm super excited to share. So let me just share the link with you guys so the mobile home challenge, like I said for you guys again, is really, this boot camp is really about getting your business started before 2023, right? So it's not you might have come to maybe some master classes or something where I'm more so giving information and you're just, you're receiving it. Maybe you have a Q&A at the end. This is more action oriented. Okay. So it's like, here's the information. Okay. You're going to ask your questions and get your questions answered, but then it's the intention behind it is to actually implement. So we're going to be launching your wholesaling business. If you have already started wholesaling, this is also going to be extremely helpful for you in the sense of creating a plan, because most of us are kind of just doing things like here and there, right? Getting a customized plan for you, so you know exactly what you need to be doing on a weekly, daily basis, right? And actually starting to do those things right away. So we're going to start the marketing. You're going to actually start and launch a marketing campaign. You're going to start actually generating motivated seller leads. During this 3 days, you're going to have an opportunity to talk to sellers during this time. We're going to be going over the script. You're going to get the script. So you're going to know exactly what to say to the sellers, what questions to ask them, right? How to present your offers, how to make your offers. That's a big one. And that was a question I got today in reference to like figuring out prices. I think there's a lot of people that, I think that's one of the most challenging things about the mobile homes is really understanding pricing, how to price something, because there's not, something like an MLS out there. So we're going to talk about pricing. We're going to look at some, you guys who bring in some leads from the marketing, we can look at these deals, figure out the pricing, right? Go over pricing. How do you price something? How do you find out the pricing of mobile homes for your particular market? So that so you know how to make the price, how to, what questions to ask the seller, how to make sure you're making an accurate offer, how to price it right, and you are actually starting to make offers. Okay. So the whole idea is for us to actually get your business up and running. You're going to have a plan. So beyond this 3 days, you're going to know exactly what you need to be doing. You're going to be implementing those things. And like I told you again, this is when we started. I made over $100,000 in my first 6 months wholesaling mobile homes. This is around the time last year when we got started. So it's not like, oh, it's the holidays or it's, it's wintertime, things are slow. Like, no, it's let's get it. Okay. And we were doing it virtually. Okay. So I'm going to actually show you guys, and during the 3-day launch, you're going to choose, if you haven't already chosen your market, we're going to analyze your markets and choose your market so that you know that you're in a good market. Okay. So you choose a good market. That's how we got started. We started virtually. We looked in we had a couple ideas of where we may have wanted to get started. We analyzed them. We found the best one. We launched in that market, and boom, did our marketing, started getting deals, and it just went from there. And our students literally are having this similar experience where if they are implementing, when they are implementing, and they are being consistent with their marketing, right? So that you got the plan, as long as you're following it literally step by step. And it's a very simple plan. One thing I love about mobile homes is like, because it's not saturated, because there's not so many people in it, you literally can do the simplest type of marketing and generate really good qualified leads. So yeah, all of that, all of that. And if you guys register today, it was actually, the deadline was yesterday, but I had some few people that asked me if I would extend it to today, which I will for you guys, of course, because I love y'all. If you register for the bootcamp today, you will also get a 45-minute one-on-one consultation with me, where we'll go through your business. You'll ask me whatever questions you want to ask me. We'll really focus in on, your specific needs, and address those needs and get you on your way to crushing it. Okay. So during this time, the last boot camp that we did, we had Wanda. She ended up making $8,200 in 4 hours from coming to the boot camp, implementing the information. Their first deal, her and her husband, $8,200 in 4 hours. We had Jamie. She came to the boot camp, implemented. She made $9,000 in, I think, like 2 days from the time that she got her deal after implementing. Who else? We had well, I can see her face right now. Um oh my God, I can't think of her name right now. Zania. She came to a boot camp. Literally, her and her husband, they also made $17,000. Um yeah, the list goes on and on. We had Kelly. She came in, she implemented, she made $3,000. And she wasn't even able to implement everything. She could only do a certain portion. So look, the list goes on and on and on. These are just their first deals. And like, you, again, if you're consistent and you continue, it's going to happen over and over and over for you. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing you there. Oh, the other bonus. So when you're going to get a 45-minute consultation, you're also going to get the ebook, the mobile home investing ebook. So the 7 steps to building, the 7 steps to 6 figures wholesaling mobile home ebook. You're gonna get that, and you're also gonna get the wholesaling hacks ebook as well. So totally free, included with your purchase. Now, the thing with the ebook, that the reason it's so valuable is because the ebook goes from like everything, every single step, everything has templates. I mean, details. Like, this is not your average ebook. I can tell you that right now. Okay. It's not an overview of like how, oh, this is wholesaling. Like, no. Okay. It's not filled with a bunch of, quotes like, oh, motivate. No, like, this is the real game. Okay. So it goes through everything. So there's things that, I mean, obviously we have, 3 days. We're going to be really focusing on generating leads, really getting more so on the acquisition side, right? So getting leads, talking to sellers, right? Pricing, things of that nature. But then there is another side. There's a disposition, right? How do you sell it? What's the best way to sell it? How do you price it? How do you get the buyers, right? And we are going to be talking a bit about that, but the ebook has everything. So even after the boot camp, you'll have access to this ebook as a manual that you can literally refer to at any time. And then the wholesaling houses hacks, right? So as some of you may know, I was wholesaling houses way before wholesaling, mobile homes. And I think it's just valuable to have the information on how to wholesale houses, because house leads will come to you with mobile homes. And I think it is great to be able to know how to handle those leads. So it will really just increase your income at the end of the day, because if you can help those people too, when the lead comes to you, why not? Okay, service provider. Okay, so yeah, that is what's going to be happening in the boot camp. So you can go to www.wholesalingbizacademy.com/bootcamp and sign up for it. Again, today you will get those exclusive bonuses if you register. And we literally only have 9 slots available for the bootcamp. Okay, because of the amount of attention I'm going to be giving each of you guys to launch your business, I can't do it like, I don't want to open this up to like 100 people because it wouldn't be fair. I want to make sure I am really giving you guys attention, really giving you guys quality, and really actually making sure that you are implementing and launching your business. So by the end of this 3 days, you have your business ready to go, like not ready, it's launched, you're done, you're in it, you're marketing, you got leads coming in, like we're talking to sellers. And before 2023 even hits, you will have closed a deal. Okay. So head over to the website now. Again, if you register today, you get all of those beautiful bonuses. And we only have 9 slots left because, child, I want to be there for you. Okay. So that is it. That is it. Let me just make sure. Hello, Victoria from Tulsa. Lisa, yeah, you can call me right after this. I'm just gonna go eat. That's all I'm doing, y'all. Well, that's not all I'm doing, but it's a lot of eating. Okay. As y'all know, I'm pregnant. Baby number 3, baby girl. I'm so excited. But yeah, me and her, we tearing it up. Like, where's the food? And somebody was like, do you have like a specific craving? Food. Food, like no specific craving this time, just food. Just where's the food? Janisha, the Nelsons are here. Of course, we love them. We are so excited to have them. And yeah, it looks like that's it. I want to make sure I answer all you guys' questions. So those are the questions for today for Mobile Home Mondays. Thank you for joining me. Super appreciative. Love you guys so much. See you guys next Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Register for the boot camp. And this Thursday, we will be having Lisa, who is in the comment section. We will be having Lisa share her experience of joining the attending Mobile Home Conference. Okay, so that was in May. Mobile Home Conference, a couple hours of like, detailed information. And then also joining, I had a combined boot camp challenge with TCA. So TCA, myself, we did a collaboration, and just from, again, that little bit of time, she was able to literally take the information, start implementing. She has made over $23,000, and she's on a live right now. Like, this is real. Okay. She made over $23,000. She's purchased a rental already, and she got more deals in the pipeline. Okay. So this is something that's not just happening for one person here or there. Like, people that are in our group, you can see them. They are closing deals, closing deals, closing deals. They're making things happen. And it's a very, again, simple formula. As long as you're consistent, that is it. All right, guys. So she will be on Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't wait to have my girl on. That's it, y'all. Love y'all. Peace out.